Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1283 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for December 23rd, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1283. I'm gonna start with the word plays. Okay, got the A and S yellow, so these two letters go somewhere else in this word. This word could start off with a double consonant involving S. We've got ST, SH, SC, SM, SK, and SN, or SW, or other possibilities. We've got, and it could be EA double vowel. So let's try steam and see what happens. Okay, place the S as the first letter. Now, A being neither third nor fourth makes me think it's SA. Something, something, something. Um, could be sauna with repeated A. Um, I don't see many words. I mean, I can't think of many. Let's try, let's actually try sauna. Because, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of a random guess. Since I can't think of any other words anyway, so why not? It is sauna. No wonder why I couldn't think of any other words. There might be other words, but the only one I thought of was sauna, and that turned out to be today's Wordle answer. So I got quite lucky today. I got it in 3 tries, so it was actually not a double consonant. Actually, 3 out of the 5 letters are vowels and repeated A. So this, um, you might not think of it um quickly, but I feel like um after placing the S, the A was either forced second or fifth. In that case, it made me think of sauna, and it was actually both. So yeah. All right, got quite lucky. I'll definitely take that. Got today's Wordle answer sauna in 3 tries. So this is Wordle number 1283. Let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is December 23rd, 2023. 20. I meant 2024. December 23rd, but 2024. Okay, 2023 was last year. Don't know why I said that. Yeah, anyway. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. I've already lost like 20 seconds, so let's catch up. See that these fours points down, this 4 points left, and this 4 points down. So in block 5, the digit 4 is forced into column 6. This 4 points left to force the digit 4 into one of these 2 cells in block 1. This 1 points down to force the digit 1 into column 2 in block 7. And then these ones force the digit 1 into one of these 2 cells in block 4. These 9s point down. Okay, this 9 points down, and this 9 points left. To force the digit 9 into this cell in block 5, these 9s point down. And I see another thing. You do notice how the 9s are marked like this in a kind of rectangular pattern. Well, you can call this an X-wing. Sorry, a mini X-wing. A mini X-wing, so how it works is no matter how you place the 9s like this, or the other way, they make up the 9s for rows 7 and 8. So in block 7, the open cells in rows 7 and 8 cannot contain 9 because it sees the 9s from blocks 8 and 9. No matter if 9s are placed like this or in the other pattern or the other way, these open cells, no matter what, cannot contain 9. It'll see these 9s. So I can eliminate 9 from these 3 cells because of the mini X-wing, and that forces the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 7. There is another way to mark down 9 in one of these 2 cells. It's just by looking at row 9. 9 is a missing digit of row 9, and these 2 cells see another 9. So in row 9, the digit 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells, and because it's guaranteed for 9 into one of these 2 cells, no other open cells in block 7 can contain 9. So you have 2 ways to see this, and they have the same result, is that 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells, no matter the main X-wing, or just by looking at the row. Both will get you um, having a 9 marked in one of these 2 cells. 1, 4, and 7 are the missing digits of block 5. Oh, and yes, these 2 cells do indeed form a 4-9 pair. As you can see, in block 9, the digits 4 and 9 are missing, and these 4s and 9s force both 4 and 9 into these 2 cells only. So in order to fit both 4 and 9 into block 9, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 4 and 9, because both of these 2 digits can only go into these 2 cells. So I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 4 and 9, so I can say that this 4-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells. No other digits can go into these 2 cells because of the 4-9 pair. Now these 3s point right, and 3 cannot go into the 4-9 pair. This 4-9 pair also works for column 8, because these 2 cells line up in this column. Don't see anything for now, but I will let you know if there is anything. These 2s point right, and these 2s force the digit 2 into one of these 2 cells in block 7. Hmm. Alright, sorry. These 6s point up to force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. I don't know why I'm having a kind of brain freeze or something. Don't know what I'm thinking of. Okay, let's mark down the missing digits of row 4. 1, 6, and 7 are missing from row 4. This cell sees 1 and 7, actually. Because remember that in block 7, the digit 1 is forced into column 2. So no other open cells in column 2 can contain 1, because 1s are down here. So this cell cannot contain 1, and it also cannot contain 7. So for row 6, this cell must be a 6, making the other 2 cells 1 and 7, but actually this cell also sees 1. So I can place the 7 and 1 like this to complete row 4. These 6s force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 7, and they line up in column 3. So these 6s here, with this 6, points up to force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 1. Okay, yeah. Now, this one points down, and 1 cannot be in the 4-9 pair. So the digit 1 in block 9 is forced into column 9. So 1's here, and this 1 points up, and this cell sees another than 1. Okay, this 6 points right to force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 6. These two cells form a 2-6 pair. As you can see in block 6, the digits 2 and 6 are missing, and these 2 and 6 force both 2 and 6 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 2 and 6 into block 6, I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 6, because both of these two digits can only go into these two cells. So I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 6. So this 2-6 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells, which makes the other three open cells in block 6 a triple of 3, 7, and 8. 3, 7, 8, but this cell sees 7, so it's 3, 8, and these two cells are 3, 7, 8. And 7 in this cell is eliminated, because it sees 7 from this triple. Um, Hold on. Okay, these 8s point right, and 8 is eliminated from the cell because of the 4-9 pair. Okay, the cell, I think we actually know the digit that goes into this cell. Um, yeah, it's a 6. So, a lot of ways to think about this. You can think about the missing digits of block 9. These two cells form a 4-9 pair, so this pair makes the other 5 open cells contain the other 5 missing digits. I've marked down 3 of them, and we've still got 5 and 6 left, but this cell sees 5, so I can actually place this as a 6. Another way to think about this is by looking at row 9. 1, 4, 6, and 9 are the missing digits. This cell sees 1, and 4 and 9 from this pair, so it must be a 6. Okay, the alternative method is to literally mark down all digits 1 through 9 in the cell and eliminate the digits that the cell sees one by one. So this cell sees, or in other words, cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 4 from this 4-9 pair. Oh, but there's a 4 in this column. Let's not use this 4-9 pair. Let's use these 4s and 9s. Okay, again. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So this cell must be a 6, because it literally cannot contain any other digits. Only 6. Only the digit 6 can go into this cell, so I have to make this a 6. Otherwise, this cell would end up being empty, and of course in Sudoku we cannot leave cells empty. No empty cells allowed. So, to avoid that, I must put a digit into every cell, and in this case, it can only be a 6. So I have to put 6 into this cell, because once again, no other digits can go into this cell. Okay. Again, it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9, so it must be a 6. Can't be anything else. Um, let's also mark down 5 in one of these 4 cells while I'm here. 6 in this cell is eliminated. I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 7, so it should be a 6. Which then allows me to place 2 in this cell, leaving a 149 triple in block 7. This cell is also 1, 4, or 9, but C's 9, so it's 1 or 4. This cell now sees a 6, so I can resolve the 2-6 pair by placing 2 and 6 this way. These 2's point up, and this cell sees another 2. Okay, once again, I'm just thinking about the missing digits of certain rows or columns, and in this case, I came to column 1. The missing digits of column 1 are 1, 4, 6, and 9. This cell sees 6 and 9, so it can only be 1 or 4. I can double check. This cell cannot contain 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this cell can only contain 1 or 4. And now, in row 6, we have ourselves a 1, 4, 7 triple. You notice that there are 3 open cells in row 6 that only contain 3 certain digits, 1, 4, and 7. So in this case, I have to avoid empty cells, right? In order to avoid empty cells, I must keep 1, 4, and 7 in these 3 cells. Because no other digits apart from 1, 4, and 7 can go into these 3 cells. So, to avoid empty cells, I must keep 1, 4, and 7 in these 3 cells. Yeah, so this 1, 4, 7 triple eliminates 1s, 4s, and 7s from all other open cells in this row. In other words, it makes these 2 cells a pair containing the other missing digits of row 6, which are 3 and 8. Um, Another way to literally swap this 3-8 pair is to say that this cell sees 3 and 8, and these 2 cells also see 3 and 8. And actually, for row 6, I can directly place the 3 in this cell in this row, because all other cells see another 3, but 3 still has to go somewhere in this row because it's still missing. So I can place the 3 here, followed by the 8 because the other open cells also see 8. So there we go. These 8s point up. Okay, so I've marked 3 of the 5 missing digits in block 1, so I've still got 5 and 9 unmarked. 5 is forced into one of these 3 cells, and 9 is forced into one of these 3 cells. This cell is 4, 5, or 9 for this column. Hmm. Okay, these 3s point up, and this cell sees another 3. Okay, the missing digits of row 2 are 1, 5, 6, and 8. This cell sees 8, so it's 1, 5, or 6. This cell sees 5 and 6, so it can only contain 1 or 8. This cell also sees 5 and 6, so it can only contain 1 or 8. And we have ourselves a 1-8 pair, which makes the other 2 open cells in this row a 5-6 pair. Because these 2 cells see 5 and 6, so both 5 and 6 can only go into the other 2 open cells in this row. So we have the 1-8 pair as well as the 5-6 pair. Does that do anything? That's the real question. Well, I guess I'll just mark down 1, 4, 5, and 9 in these open cells that are in block 4. The cell sees 5, so it's 1, 4, or 9. This cell can be 1, 4, 5, or 9, which is kind of unfortunate. This cell is for 3, 5, 7, or 8 for this column. Okay, do apologize, because kind of struggling to find out what I should be looking at. Um, but I don't feel like marking down things, you know? Oh, wait, is it this cell? I think I found it. Alright, so let's think about what digits can go into this cell. This cell sees 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Again, this cell cannot contain 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it can only contain either 1 or 4. And these two cells form a 1-4 pair. As you can see in block 8, um, there are two open cells which only contain two certain digits. In this case, they are 1 and 4. So to avoid empty cells, I must keep both 1 and 4 in these two cells. Because no other digits apart from 1 and 4 can go into these two cells. So the only combinations are 1, 4 like this, or 4, 1. So, I don't remember which way, but no matter, both ways. I have to keep 1 and 4 in these two cells. So this 1-4 pair eliminates 1s and 4s from all other open cells in block 8 and column 5, because they line up in column 5 as well. Yeah, I have to keep both 1 and 4 in these two cells to avoid empty cells. Um, So this 1-4 pair makes the other four open cells in block 8 contain 2, 5, 7, and 9. 2 is forced into one of these two cells. 5 is forced into one of these three cells. 7 is forced into one of these three cells. And 9 is forced into one of these two cells. I think I've marked them correctly. And it also works for column 4. Sorry, column 5, right? So this 1-4 pair makes the other four open cells in column 5 contain 2, 3, 7, and 8. But most importantly, I can eliminate 1 from this cell because there's already a 1 in column 5 from this 1-4 pair. So this cell cannot contain 1. It should, well, I can make this an 8 and the other one an 1 for this pair. Now the digit 1 in block 2 is forced into this cell. Once again, this cell cannot contain 1 because it sees the 1-4 pair. It sees both of the cells involved in the pair. That's what I should say. And let's mark down 2, 3, and 7 for this column. Okay, after I place this one in these two cells are eliminated, forcing the digit 1 into this cell in block 5, and it makes these two cells a 4 and this a 7. 2 and 5 are the missing digits of column 6. 4 cannot go into these three cells anymore. Actually, the digit 4 in block 1 is forced into this cell, making the cells 6, 9, and 1 to complete column 1. Okay, 9 is eliminated from these two cells. It makes this a 5 and this an 8 to complete block 1 because of this 8. This 5 points back down, making this 9 and 5. This is a 4 to complete this column, and 1 and 9 like this to complete column 2. This is a 1 to complete this row, which makes this 4. 9 and 4, based on the markings I've done. This cell can only contain a 5 now because, after the 9 is gone. 2, 7, and 9 based on the markings. 2, 3 pair left in column 5. This is a 5, 2, 3 pair left in column 5. This is a 5 to complete column 6. 6, 7 pair in column 4, but this cell sees 7, so it's 6 and 7 this way. This is a 5 to complete this row. This cell now cannot contain 5 nor 8, so it can only contain 3 or 7. In row 3, 2, 3, and 8 are the missing digits. This cell sees 2, so it's 3 or 8. This cell cannot contain 1. It's 2, 3, or 8 for this column, but sees 8, so it's 2 or 3. This 2, 3 pair eliminates eliminates 3 from this cell. It makes this a 7. Placing 7 in this cell in block 6. 2, 3, 8 triple makes this a 6. You could have also spotted it by looking at these 6s, which forces 6 into this cell, and this 1 makes this 8, this a 5, makes this a 3, and this a 1, 8 and 3, 3, 2, 3, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in about 26 minutes. I'm sorry, but, it's almost 30 minutes into this recording, so I'll just go over the key spots very briefly. So I would say the 4-9 pair in block 9, and the mini X-Wing formed by the 9s in blocks 8 and 9, which eliminated 9 from rows 7 and 8 of the open cells in block 7. Or, alternative ways to just by looking at row 9 and marking down the 9. Another thing was, what was it? The 147 triple in row 6. Feel like that helped, or simply placing the 3 and 8 in row 6. after the 2-6 pair and the 3-7-8 triple in block 6. And I feel like the 1-8 pair and 5-6 pair in row 2 kind of helped with the flow. And towards the end, I feel like the 1-4 pair definitely came into play. The 1-4 pair in, I mean, down here, the 1-4 pair that works for both block 8 and column 5. This 1-4 pair was very, very important um, for the end, I would say. Um, yeah, I feel like these were the key spots. Let me know if I missed anything, or if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and hopefully this video helped. Today's December 23rd, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1283 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!